Welcome to our 18-week session, Healthy, Happy, and Peaceful Life through Bhagavad Gita and meditation. And this week, we all know it's Durga week, Mahamai Shakti's week. So happy Navratri to all of you. I am Satya Kalra, your host and founder of Path to Anandam. And with Pranam to Guruji, Hariharji Maharaj. With his blessings, all these sessions are happening. All whatever you see here, my presentations, my books, everything is blessing of him. And with Path to Anandam, the foundation of Path to Anandam is also, as you can see, it's a path to Anandam, path to blissful living, where one gets beyond the worries, fear, and practice the righteousness, dharma, and with love and compassion shares it with the rest of the world and attain the eternal happiness, peace, anandam, regardless of whatever situations could be in life. But one managed to handle it better. That's all I could say. This is Guruji. Thank you for coming in my life. Pranam to you again and continue to bless all of us. And today's session, again, as I said, it is the experience divine Shakti, Bhakti, Mukti through Navratri. And there will be some teachings of Bhagavad Gita and meditation. And we will be speaking about what is Navratri. Why do we celebrate Navratri? Who is Ma Durga? And what are the significance of Navratri? And what are the spiritual meaning of Navratri? And of course, end of the time, there will be tips and action along with the meditation. So, cause of rebirth of Bhagavad Gita and Mother Durga, Mother Goddess. We have spoken quite a bit about why did Lord Krishna delivered the message of Bhagavad Gita to Arjuna? Because he was in distress situation. He was confused. And Lord Krishna blessed him with his teachings, where initially Arjuna said, I could not fight, na jotasyati govindam. And at the end, he says, Nashto moha smriti labda, vat prasadan maya yut. Sthito asmin gat sandeya karshe vachanam tav. With your blessings, with your guidance, now my doubts are removed. My attachment is removed, which was causing the doubts in my mind and making me forgetful that who I am. I am a Kshatriya. I should be protecting the society. So thank you. He thanks Lord Krishna for guiding him what to do in his life. And he finally could perform his duties. In other words, he got motivated again to do whatever he needed to do. Similarly, in Durga Saptashti, Devi Devtas were tortured by demons, in particular demon, Mahishasura. He was causing a lot of distress, whatever he could do it, like Duryodhana. You know, in every yuga, we have some evil people, which is called Rakshas, demons, and good people. They call Devtas. So Mahishasur was really disturbing the whole Dev Raj, Dev Loka. So they had no other way, but they just went to see Vishnuji, Lord Vishnu, who resides on this Mansarovar. Yeah, they call it Shil Lake, Mansarovar. This is right above, below the Kailash Mansarovar. It's a beautiful lake. And I was fortunate to take a bath in that one. So he was lying down there, and then all these Devi Devtas go and pray to him that please help us. And not only that, then the whole Shivji, Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh, everything, Brahmaji, you can see it here, which he who came from his Navi, you can see it right here. Shankarji, Shivji, everybody came there. All the Devi Devtas got together. And they, again, I would say they had a strategy meeting what to do. And they came up with the idea that Mahishasur could be killed only by divine Shakti, woman, not by a man. So they created a woman, and they gave that woman part of, you know how they created her, somebody gave her her part, like it says in the Durga Saptashti, that Shivji gave her face part, and Rudra gave her hairs, and she had a beautiful hair. You know, all these three Devi Devtas, you know, Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh, gave the energies along with the other Devi Devtas like Indra and all that. And they created a woman. And that woman killed the Mahishasur. And that's why in many places it is called Mahishasur Mardani. And this is also given in the Durga, not only Durga Saptashti, but Durga Mahatam as well. But look at the similarities in Bhagavad Gita. You know, the message here is very clear that Bhagavad Gita has 700 verses, so is Durga Saptashti. Gita has 18 chapters, but Durga Saptashti has 13 chapters. But again, the three parts, the Karma Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, Jnana Yoga, here they created this Mahamai with three forms: Durga, Lakshmi, Saraswati. And Durga is the form of Shakti, action, righteous action with love and compassion. Similarly, Karma Yoga is the same. Do your bhakti, do your action, neki kar kuएं mein dal, with love and devotion. And then Lakshmi Ma, who is the known for bhakti, calmness. And here is the Bhakti Yoga. And then Saraswati, Goddess Saraswati, Gyan ki Devi, Kala ki Devi. And here, Gyan, knowledge yoga, Gyan Yoga. So all, and look at the Bhakti Yoga is right in the middle. So if you do a Karma Yoga or if you do a Gyan Yoga, Bhakti must be there. Love and compassion must be there. I just brought this slide also. You know, what is the relationship of Mother Nature and Shakti? We spoke about this last week. Everything in the universe is made with Shakti, power, infinite energy, where Lord Krishna says that's a part of my energy. And here we saw it, that all three forms of supreme power, Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh, also they had created the Shakti. So it again confirms that the Shakti is the part of the divine power. Without Shakti, all these things are materialistic things, have no life. Jiva Atma, we are the Jiva Atma, Jiva body. And with Atma, we become Jiva Atma. And as I said before, that Shiv Shakti, Shiv is only Shiv because of his Shakti. Otherwise, it's a Shav. Otherwise, when the Shakti, Atma gets out of our body, then we are not a Jiva Atma anymore. We are just the body. So everything in the universe is made with matter and energy. And this week is to acknowledge that Shakti. How do we acknowledge this Shakti? And I can give you an example why we call this Shakti is, or how can we experience, like when we are talking, I'm talking. I cannot talk without Shakti, without that Atma, without a power. I could not hear, I could not see, I could not walk. All I do that because with this infinite Shakti. So we all should acknowledge that. And this is the week where we have to acknowledge this Shakti, purify this Shakti, because we collect a lot of impurities in our Shakti, and how we know we collect impurities or we have impurities. Some of the organs of our body are not functioning. So maybe eyes are not seeing properly, ears are not hearing properly, because there is not enough current is going through. If the current doesn't go through proper current or doesn't have the enough voltage, the fan would not run, the AC would not run. Similarly, if our energy is not to the full stamina, then we cannot perform ourselves either. So that Shakti is this mother, this Trinity, they call Mother Goddess is Trinity. And what did these Shaktis do? Ma Lakshmi, Diwali time, pray her for the prosperity. It is for the maintenance, Bhakti, Shakti. And then Durga, Shakti, obstacles, removal. And then Saraswati. So again, Durga, the removal of miseries. Durga, if you just say Durga, Durgati dur karne wali. Lakshmi sustains the life. Saraswati, wisdom. It gives us the wisdom, who we are. So Shakti, Durga, Bhakti, Lakshmi, and Mukti, Saraswati, which gives the wisdom how to go beyond this worldly miseries, or how to go with the day-to-day life and still live in love, peace, and anandam. You know, the Shakti, we cannot see it, but this Trinity form, we can see it. So it's a duality. And in Bhagavad Gita also, it starts with Karma Yoga. So we serve the Prakriti, the nature, by Karma Yoga, which is God, Goddess, whoever we have faith in it. It's a duality, means me and God are different. But we still try to connect with God, with supreme power. But the power, which is the ultimate power, where the whole universe is being run, not just this loka, all the lokas, all the galaxies, that power is the supreme power, which we cannot see it. And that's what Saraswati, ultimate wisdom giver, help us to experience that. But these trinities have further three Durgas, we call it, or three Devis. And that's why it is called Nav Durga, because first Trinity, Durga, Lakshmi, Saraswati. But then there are another manifestations of that. So these three, Shailaputri, Brahmacharni, Chandraghata, Kushmanda, Skandmata, Katyani, Kalratri, and Mahagauri. These are the another 9 forms of Ma Durga. That's why it is, and every day the different Ma is being worshipped and celebrated. And the very first day, the celebration is the Shailputri, which she is also known as the daughter of Himalayas. And today is the 4th day, Kushmanda's day. So this is the Kushmanda's day. You can see it right here. So these are the 9 forms of Mother Durga. So what is the purpose of Navratri? Tamso ma Jyotirgamya. Remove the ignorance, the darkness within us. Kam, Krodh, Lobh, Moh, Ahankar, jealousy, resentments. Remove that and ultimately reach to the wisdom. So here is, in Bhagavad Gita, it says, we have to remove our anger, hypocrisy, arrogancy. This is all in Bhagavad Gita. And also in Shastras, like Durga Saptashti. So it is for, so how do we celebrate? How do we achieve this purpose? Is Jagrati. 3 J's I call it. Live in the awareness of this Shakti. Experience divine Shakti. This is what the today's session is. Blissful state. Experience that blissful state. Love, peace, Anandam. So purpose of Navratri is to transcend from Tamsik, Rajasic, Sattvic. Nistraya Gunabhav Arjuna. Lord Krishna says, go beyond this, your darkness, your Rajasic nature, Sattvic nature. Because Durga or Kali. Kali is known as, you see the black color, it is known like Tamsik. Rajasic, Mother Lakshmi, she's for maintenance of our daily life. We have to perform, we need the money to live, prosperity, and prosperity does not mean just the money, but it's the real within ourselves, the peace within, contentment, whatever we have, we are content with that. That's the rise. That's what the Mother Lakshmi is known for. And then Saraswati is known for the Sattvic nature. So removal of our shortcomings, whatever they are. And I always say, make a list of the whatever we have to work on it. Maybe sometime nervousness, maybe worriness, maybe fear, whatever we prevent us to smile, we should work on it, and how to handle the things in life in such a way so our inner peace is not disturbed. So basically reprogram the mind, self-transformation and self-purification. So these 9 days are the journey to follow Ma's teaching and experience her ultimate presence in our body, mind, and soul. So these 9 days of spiritual journey. So 3 days are for celebrating Mother Durga. Self-purification, purifying ourselves, removing our shortcomings, or working on removing our shortcomings, which is called self-purification. The next 3 days is self-transformation, which is Ma Lakshmi's days. And this is the true prosperity, which is the calmness within, contentment within. And 3 days for developing, experiencing inner light through wisdom of Saraswati. And they're all known as like Durga, or actually also it is known as Nidra Yog Nidra, or whatever. There are many names, but they are like a Kali. So Tamsik, Rajsik as Lakshmi, and Satvik as Saraswati. But going beyond our vices, beyond even calmness, beyond our, totally go beyond and feel that I am no different than Ma Durga. I am Durga, I am Lakshmi, I am Saraswati. When we start experiencing that, that's where our journey of 9 days lands. So what are the teachings of Ma Durga? So Ma Durga has 8 arms. And these are the golden teachings of Ma Durga. And each arm has different, she's a warrior woman. Virangna, just, you can call it Virangna. She was a warrior woman. And all these weapons you see in her hand were given by Devi Devtas. So she's Mahamai. Why she's Mahamai? Because she's not like only given one instrument or one weapon. She's given the weapons from everybody. So she's a collective energy from all the Devi Devtas. And that's why it is called the ultimate Shakti. So you can see here in her, one of her hand, there is a chakra, which represents that we should follow our dharma. Whatever the righteousness we should follow. And how we should do it? With the conch, with the happiness. So whatever responsibilities we get in our life, we must do it happily with love and compassion. So karma yoga and bhakti yoga comes together here. And then she has a sword, talwar in her hand to discriminate what to remove from our systems. And then the trident in the other hand means courage, Trishul. We should have a courage to do that. It's not that we know these things need to be removed, but we should have a courage to remove it. And then she had club in her hand. Club is the symbol of Hanumanji. And Hanumanji is known for devotion, love and compassion. So again, whatever we do, we should do it with love and compassion. And here she has this arrow, bow and arrow in her hand, which is a symbol of Ram Bhagwan, Ram Charitra. In other words, whatever we do in life, sometimes situation comes and we feel like we should be foxy, clever and do some shortcomings and maybe cheat. And the message here is we should not compromise with our value system. We should not lose our character. When I was growing up, one of the verse was given to me, and it says, if you lose some money, you have lost something. You have lost, if you lose your health, you have lost a little bit more. But when you lose your character, you have lost everything. And that's where it's have ingrained in my system. And I always think about it. Is it right or wrong? Should I do it or I shouldn't do it? It really helps me. That verse has really helped me a lot. And then look at in one arm. She also has this lotus flower. And lotus flower is a part of our scriptures. Means live in this world, smile in this world. But in this world, how does lotus flower live, get his nutrients? From keychad, from dirt, from And this life is not, it's quite challenging, but we should learn from it and still continue to blossom and smile. And when we do all this, then look at this Ma's hand. She blesses us. So her blessings, so we basically all these what her teachings are, it makes us qualified for her blessings. And in Gita it says, these are the qualities one should develop. Devi Sampad Vimokshaya, these are the qualities of Devi. And that quality, those qualities will take us to ultimate moksha, beyond our miseries, beyond birth and death, liberation. And do our best and let go. Like I call it 3 L's: love, compassion, and then let go. And then we will get the liberation. So love, compassion, let go, and then liberation comes. Freedom comes. So her blessing will be showered on us once we practice her teachings. That's the message. Now it comes to the fasting. In 9 days, what do people do? Usually they fast food. And fasting, it goes way beyond the food, but let me speak about the food first. What we eat, how we cook, how we eat. The food, vegetarian, fruits and nuts, and vegetables, if possible. If not, try to eat pure food. Bottom line here is eat a pure food. Cook with prayers, make it pure. And how to eat when you sit down and eat with the, remember that divine power is, thank that divine power that we could move our hand, we can open our mouth, we can chew our food, our system can digest and process the food. So be thankful to that divine power which help us to keep our thymus gland also acting, which is the responsible for the metabolic system. So healthy food leads to healthy body and healthy mind. So man is what one eats. And Satya Sai Baba says, as the food, so the mind, as the mind, so the thoughts, as the thoughts, so the act. And in Bhagavad Gita also it says, the food which increases longevity, purity, strength, health, happiness, and cheerfulness are juicy, wholesome, nutrient. Those foods are enjoyed by the pure souls, pure people, sattvic people. So we should always eat good, pure food. So fasting of our food is one thing, but we have to fast our body. The food is for our body. Our mind should fast as well. And then we can connect to the supreme power, our soul. So practicing goodness, then we experience the goddess within. So have a good company during these times. Mingle with people who are more aligned with the supreme power. Read some scriptures. Mind is more tailored toward, or watch program, YouTube, whatever you do it, or but WhatsApp, Facebook, whatever you have a habit of going, but look for these good programs, not just too much gossip on it. And follows mass teaching. Practice 5 monkeys. And I say, why 5 monkeys? Because these are control our senses. Yoga, meditation, prayers, develop divine qualities, develop the qualities of Ma Durga, become Ma Durga, and minimize the vices. Have full faith in yourself. And then Almighty, we have to first believe in ourselves, then let go. Then we will experience it. So how we fast? These are the 9 days of fasting, I call it. And through fasting, we do the self-purification, self-transformation, and blissful journey to experience divine Shakti. So first thing, live in mass consciousness by thinking about her, by breathing, whatever you do. And how we can do that? Mainly, our senses are always active. So we are thinking. So we should live in the mindfulness of mass consciousness rather than sometimes our ego takes over, our sadness takes over, our thoughts, our feelings take over. Try to replace it and remember Ma's name, recite Ma's name as much as possible. And then see goodness in others. Stop judging them, at least for this week. It does not mean that you should not discriminate. Discriminate, but at the same time, do not focus on other people's negativity or other people's, whatever they have. Let's focus on ourselves. And then see good, hear good. And then, of course, food part and the silence. We must speak only if necessary to speak during this time. Try to maintain the silence as much as possible. And then, of course, do seva wherever we can. So again, I said 3 J's. Jagrati, live in the Jagran. Mata ka Jagran does not mean just doing the bhajan kirtan. That is important. It brings us connection. It brings us to connect us to Ma. But we should go beyond that. We should live in the awareness, the surrounding. Put our antenna up and get all the messages. When you are sitting, just notice your awareness. And Jagrati mein jeena hai. And then bring that Jyoti within, that light, whatever the darkness is bringing in within us due to any shortcomings we have, try to replace them with divine qualities and experience the Jyoti and experience the ultimate joy, blissfulness of Ma's presence. So go beyond fear, be fear-free, have a faith, and then the freedom will come. And actually, these are also given the 9 days on this calendar. All those Ma's qualities are given here. So one day we practice fearless, then stressless, awareness, all these, every day we practice one thing more, focus on that. And this calendar is also on Path to Anandam. So you can download it, just go to pathtoanandam.org and it is there. And I can also post it on our Anandam group and also in our WhatsApp group as well. So 9 days of practicing of Ma's teaching, divine qualities. This is just a summary again. Righteousness, happiness, courage, discrimination, love, character building, detachment, forgiveness is the biggest one during this time, which we have already spoken forgiveness before, but forgive to yourself and others. And then the day of blessing comes, Ma's blessings come. And then the day 10th, when 9th day is Ram Nomi, and 10th day is Ravan, the Shera. All so well planned. So by doing this, our ego is minimized, which means Ravan is killed. So here is 9, just for 9 days, what do we need to do? Live in Ma's consciousness. How? Focus on self-transformation and self-purification. So 9 days of self-discipline and self-control. Living in self-awareness, Ma's awareness, your awareness. What am I thinking? So think positive. What am I speaking? Speak good, eat good, hear good. What am I doing? Do some selfless service. Love all, serve all. Whoever it is, love yourself and love others. Forgive yourself and forgive others. Do not complain much. Give more and expect less. Relax, 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 smile and enjoy and be thankful. Then Ram will born. Ram Navami. What it means is when we are having all the vices, criticizing, gossiping, eating all kind of food, on the negative path, we cannot experience this energy. Any energy we cannot have a peace. We won't be calm. And peace and calmness is another name of Ma Durga. So if we really want to experience happiness, healthy body, we really have to work on all these shortcomings. Then Ram Navami, the beautiful peace will come. Ram Navami means Ram is born, means what? We experience ultimate supreme power within. Ram is born within us. Then we can celebrate the Dussehra also, which we will do it next week. So benefits, name and fame automatically comes. You don't have to look for it. Health comes automatically, wealth comes, whatever wealth doesn't mean it's just the money part. The inner peace, contentment, that is a true prosperity. And Ma also blesses us, whatever we need in our life. In happiness, humbleness comes more wisdom comes, more love and compassion, and more Shakti comes within us. So who is Ma to me? Ma is Anandamai. And I call it Ma is Anandamai. And we experience that Shakti and it says, so am I. Ma is Premamai. And so am I. Ma is Shaktimai, Karunamai, Dhyanamai, Jnanamai, Jyotimai, Shamamai, and so am I. So there is no difference between Ma and me. Once I practice that and I bring my energy to the same wavelength where its Ma's energy is. So Anandamai Shakti within, bhakti, love and compassion. Finally, ultimate peace and wisdom comes, and that light comes within us. That peace is just with us, as I showed before also. It goes to our surroundings, family, community, nation, and to the whole world. So Navratri is not just to celebrate and dance and do Garba and all those are good. Good, we want to celebrate our 9 days in life and we worship and all that. But we should keep it, the focus on it. Our goal is here to ultimately experience love, peace, Anandam. And simple is, Baba says, help ever, hurt never. Love all, serve all. So Navratri is, again, it says not just to celebrate, but also to self-transform, uplift ourselves, go beyond our limitations. Nistrai Guna Bhav Arjuna. We are the Arjunas. We should go beyond our limitation and experience ultimate love, peace, Anandam. So thank you very much.